Yeah, welcome to a short presentation of BioLabSIM and BioJupyter. BioLabSIM, BioLabJupyter, it's not a tutorial, we are looking for you. So first of all, what are we talking about? So we're talking about BioLabSIM and BioLabJupyter. BioLabSIM is a joint project with under the lead of the University of Aachen. And BioJupyter is a project which is another funding. This is a grant, which is an internal grant, but they have something in common because both of these programs are about Jupyter Notebooks, and we want to translate a lab course into a Jupyter Notebook setting. So here, what you see here is our campus at the Rhein-Waal University in Kleve, and we are dealing with two different aspects here, and I will come to that in a minute. My name is Joe Fensterle, and I am professor for biotechnology and actually the leader of the project here at the Rhein-Waal University. So what are we talking about? What is the problem and what is the solution? Well, the problem is the students in lab courses, and we talk about engineering classes, we talk about, let's say, biology classes, chemistry classes, like in our case, bioprocess engineering, often have problems in lab courses as exercises, especially if there is a quite high content of mathematics elements. And this often translates in that the students focus on writing the protocol, but during the lab course, at the end, they have no idea what they're actually doing. And this is not necessarily their fault. It's because the protocol is graded and the preparation for the lab course and also the material which is supplied for the lab course is not ideal. And this is something we want to change. And another thing is that often the lab courses are not synchronized, and all lab courses have a different fate, and therefore it's difficult to really gain knowledge on the lab courses in a general mean. And this is what we want to add also here. We want to add bioinformatics elements in all these lab courses. So the solution here, what we want to go here is simply that we want to implement so-called Jupyter Notebooks for these lab courses. So kind of that we mimic the complete lab course with Jupyter Notebooks. However, this is for preparation. So we will have simulations and we will have the lab course embedded in a Jupyter Notebook with inline programming elements like Python and elements for data analysis and simulations. Now, this is what we want to do, and this is how such a lab course could look like. So this is an example for a lab course at Rhein-Waal. This is a bioprocess engineering lab course, and of course we have other lab courses. So all the math-based lab courses in the study course bioengineering are employed. And what are we looking for? We are looking for you, as I said. So, and we are looking for you in two programs, as I also said. So we have, first of all, the curriculum 4.0, which is the BioJupyter. It doesn't matter how the names are, but at the end, it's about what is it about. So this is a joint project of the Faculty Life Science, and this is just study course bioengineering. Now, here we want to implement Jupyter Notebook into all math-based lab courses. And we're 4 professors working together here. It's obviously me, it's Silvia Mönnekes, and it's Frank Platte, and it's Björn Neu. And here we want to use and employ the infrastructure of the Rhein-Waal University. In this case, we work together with Professor Becker, who is a Digi Fellow, and he's about the kind of the hardware side and the cloud side. Now, the other project is BioLabSIM. So it's similar, but it has a bit of different fate. So the BioJupyter is centered on Python aspects and data analysis. BioLabSIM, as the name says, it's about simulation. So this is a joint project with the RWTH Aachen University and the Westfälische Hochschule. And in this case, it's about a simulation, Jupyter Notebook-based simulation, but also Jupyter Notebooks-based simulation for lab courses in bioengineering. So here the project lead and the central unit is at the RWTH, as I said. In both programs, we have a setup of specific Jupyter Notebook-based lab courses. We want to integrate that into specific LMS. In our case, it's Moodle. We want to test it with students. We want to implement it into lab courses, evaluate it, and harmonize the existing material. So what should you bring to us? Who are we looking for? Well, for BioJupyter, we need it's an E11 position, 50% for 1 year, starting in March or April this year. You should have a completed bachelor or about to complete your bachelor, and it's a position which is possible for a student doing his or her master. Now, BioLabSIM, there we're looking for a PhD student. Of course, this you cannot do in next to your master. This is then full. This is a 65% E13 position for 2 years. So that's the position we are looking, and that's what you should have as a profile. So for BioJupyter, you should have a completed bachelor in natural science, engineering, informatics related fields. We don't care at the end too much what exactly is your bachelor. We are interested that you can do this and that you burn for the project and have some programming skills and like to do that. And the programming skills, of course, basic experience you should bring are you should have already programmed in Python, or you should have profound skills in other programming language if you don't have any program skills in Python. You should have at least some experience with Jupyter Notebook. If you don't have at all an experience with Jupyter Notebooks, this is possible, but of course that would be better. You should have experience with setting up and running web servers, because that helps, because then we can set up our own testing environment. Your English level should be B2. German, you should have some German, as we also might want to implement that into some German lab courses. So, however, bioengineering is a full English study course, Bachelor of Science. So therefore, the level of German here is not too high as it's being required. Now we come to BioLabSIM. So in this case, you should have a completed master in informatics, web design, related study course, or at least a pronounced knowledge in this area, and solid skills in Python, at least basic experience in setting up Jupyter Notebooks, and experience with setting up and running web servers are again of advantage. English level again B2. German level should be fair, because this is a corporation and you need to interact with the others, and this is again a PhD position, so this will be then a joint PhD with the RWTH Aachen. In both cases, of course, I think this is evident self-organization, creativity, and ability to work autonomously. The cool thing is you will come into a group. We have another project with other positions open, so you will sit together in a kind of an informatics hub, designing these lab courses. Okay. Now, in principle, that's what I want to say. So now it's up to you. Just contact us. So write me or Professor Mönekes an email. So it's, as you see here, the email. And well, I would say I'm looking forward to seeing you. So don't hesitate to write a short application. If we're interested, of course, we will contact you. And then we can go on and make the lab courses better. Thanks a lot for your attention. Looking forward to seeing your application soon. Bye.